Howdy AP PreCal, it's Miss Kosh. This is hopefully the fifth and final video on section 213. So we were getting stuck, by we I mean me, was getting stuck with the inequalities. So I went to look at the answer key, and the answer key just said from -3 to +3. Well, I indicate that there's this big gap in between. So I'll have to go to the Facebook groups and see what people think about that. But here's what I also did. So I went and graphed them, and when I graph those functions, it sure looks like the blue one, which is the g of x function. It sure looks like there's a big gap. And if I think about it, when I try and plug in 0, 0 squared is 0, plus 0 is 0, minus 5 is -5, I can't take the natural log of -5. So unless we're indicating, well, let's see, where the function g is less than h, I mean, are you less than if you're undefined? I don't know. So maybe I have overcomplicated this problem, and AP is not going to be this picky. But it looks to me like I can't plug in values in between these because they're not valid for both. Oh, and then I did do G-solve, and sure enough, at the intersection, it's at -3 and +3, which is what we got when we solved them. So I think I'm going to have to consult some online stuff because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't see anything in between there. They're not defined, and we know that we can plug in. If we go look at the table, let's see, menu, table, I can set my table to go from, say, -3 to 3, and let's go by 0.5. So I would argue that when there's errors, that's a problem. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that was fun and interesting, but I'll have to follow up on that one. The people who wrote it, or the people who keyed it and shared it with everybody, gave that answer, but mine is different. So, okay, that is neither here nor there. Let's do this last example and call it a day. Okay, so here's this exponential function, and they want to know when is the exponential function less than -31. Okay, so the good news is an exponential function is going to hit this value just once and be done. So let's think about this. Let's write this k of x as -4 times 2 to the x minus 3 plus 1. So if I think about this just conceptually, what have we done? We have taken our exponential, so if this is y equals 2 to the x, y equals 2 to the x looks something like that. Now I have multiplied it by something negative, so now I am going to do something like this, and then I went up 1. So my asymptote was at 0, but now we have gone up 1. So we're going to look something like that, and we want to know, when does this graph hit? Well, and it's going to do something like, way down here somewhere is y equals -31. And so it's going to be wherever they intersect, we want to be less than, so we're going to go from that point to positive infinity, conceptually. Okay, so let's see. So if I set this -4 times 2 to the x minus 3 plus 1, set it equal to -31, I can subtract, that's -32, I can divide by -4. I get 2 to the x minus 3 is equal to -32 divided by -4 is +8. This is 2 to the x minus 3, this is 2 to the third. X minus 3 equals 3, add 3, x equals 6. Sorry. And so we want, at x equals 6, they'll be equivalent. And then let's see what happens when I plug in 7. When I plug in 7, I have 7 minus 3 is 4. I get 2 to the 4th is 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 times, that's a -64 plus 1 is a -63, and that is less than -31. So my instinct of saying from this point to positive infinity was correct. So my answer here is going to go from 6 to infinity. And that's what they said in the answer key. Yay. All right, y'all have a good one. Go practice.